Hi, today I just want to give you a quick tip how you can control more elements at the same time. For example, set a text edit or de-edit control to a value. So for this, what is important is that each controls on the form which might contain additional elements like a panel or a group. These are, let's say, uh, on a lower hierarchy inside the form itself. So when you want to reach these elements, then you need to recursively find these elements inside the form itself. So for this to demonstrate, I created some elements on the form, and I put two buttons here. The first one will set only the elements, some elements on the form to a value. In this case, I will set the text to disabled. The other button will show how you can go, let's say, recursively inside the form elements and can set the values at the same time for all the elements on the form. So let's see how this looks in the code. So at first, what is important that you need to decide how you want to reach these elements. If you want to reach all the elements, then you can use the let's say the class type itself to identify the element, and then you can set the value what you want via this let's say cycles what you define in your code. Either it's if it is a for statement or a while statement or whatever. In my case, I decided to set the tag element or tag property of the elements to a number. So with this number, I can identify which de-edit control I want to set. So as you can see that in here at the edit 4 is tagged to 1, the second one is still tagged to 0. This one is tagged again to 1, and in the other place in the panel, so these elements are placed on the panel. These are also tagged like this. The first one is not tagged, so it's tagged 0. The next one tagged 1, and the last one tagged also 1. So these elements which are tagged to 1, these will be set in the form. And if I'm running the application and I'm setting just the tagged values or the tagged edit elements to disable, you can see that I press the button, only these elements in the form addressed. If I'm rerunning it and now I set all the tagged elements, then you can see that the controls on the main form and the controls in the panel are also set. So let's see how these are defined. So if I'm going into the buttons, I defined actually two procedures. The set tagged main. This is just a simple, let's say, setting loop. And this is demonstrating actually that what happens if you just try to reach the top view or top form and or top control, let's say, and then you go through the elements of this. So as you can see that if I'm calling the set tag main, then in a for cycle I'm starting with the first element, which is or the first control, which is numbered 0, and then I need to cycle through the elements of the control, and for each element I need to check if the controls tag is set to set to 1, then I know that I'm talking about a t-edit field, because I just set for those the tag to 1. If I would be setting other tags like for labels, for example, then I should also check if the element is a t-edit or a t-label. On the t-edits, I can change the content with the text property, on the t-label with the caption property. So in this case, I would need to differentiate between this, but here I was just setting the tags for t-edit says. And as you can see, if it is if the control itself is tagged to 1, then I set the text to disabled. What happens in this case? Basically, the form hierarchy is built up on a way that the controls, just as you can see here actually in the components, the form hierarchy will contain only the panel, and then those buttons and labels and edit fields which are set up on the main form, and everything which is in the panel will be in a second level of the hierarchy. So when I'm running just this simple for statement, I will get the controls like the panel, then a button, another button, the edit field or the edit control, the label control, and so on. When I'm clicking on the other button and I basically call this set tagged all control, this is also cycling through the elements, but whenever this element is tagged, then of course this will be set to disabled. But once the element is another twin control, so it's another kind of element which might have a sub element defined, it calls again the set tagged all control, but only for that control itself. So in this case, when I'm reaching the panel, the set tag control will be called with the panel as an owner, and then it will cycle through just this part of the hierarchy. And if I would have more embedded panels inside the panel, of course, this recursive call would do the job for all. Of course, if you want to set by the different controls, or you want to control a bit more the cycle, then of course you can check different elements. And what you need to also recognize here, that if you plan to use something which is actually linked to a defined element like a label or the edit, the properties might be different. So in this case, you definitely need to tell to the system if that controller should be used like a control which is let's say defined to a certain class. So if I would have a label set like that, then I would need to change this line to the label, and then I could be able to use the caption property. Of course, here on the T edit, I don't have a caption property. So if I would try to use that on that control, of course, the application would fail. So that's all about how you can cycle through the controls on a window, and how you can reach this by the tag element or tag property, and you can basically create let's say a procedure or function which is controlling more elements on your form. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if so, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. With this, I wish you happy coding, and see you next time.